YouTube, what is up with y'all today? It's Neil Goodfella Neil. What is up, man? Feeling good today, fresh today. Another day, sneaker weekends and all that stuff, man. Um, usually I don't too much drop videos like in the middle of the week or whatever. I notice it's just been like at the top of the week or towards like the end of the week. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get to it even if I gotta like schedule them or something, It's like, I don't know. I just don't feel like dropping videos in the middle of the week sometime. I'll be tied up in stuff and all that other crap. But anyway, moving on. This is a talk video. It's not gonna be too long. It's just a few quick thoughts. I was looking at Dale's video and I was looking at his Kicks video. Definitely respect them dudes, man. They definitely had channels before I did. I'm talking like before my first channel in like 2012. And yeah, man, I mean, it's starting to get to a point. It's starting to, some of these retros, these OG retros, OG colorway retros starting to come full circle. The first one being the white cement fours. And man, they just came back and did it right. Looking at it from the reviews, I still didn't see that shoe in person yet, but this is basically just a sneaker talk. Is this as far as like my thoughts? I know I mentioned it here and there, especially with the Metallic 5, but now I heard that the True Blue 3 is coming out, and you could definitely get my thoughts on that, man. It is crazy. Damn, I heard that even the Military 4 was supposed to come out with the Nike on the back. Damn, I remember when that shoe was sitting in 2012. Anyway, man, why? The crazy part about it is it's like heads definitely knocked on the head. It's kind of almost seemed like a slap in the face to the people that actually got the OG retro colors. Like a few years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. For example, now they definitely improved the white cement 4 just from looking at it visually compared to the 99 joint. Definitely is a flawless kick. Definitely a kick I want. So Joanny ain't the only one without the kick that actually wanted to kick. So but this right here, now my thoughts. This is like basically my thoughts on kicks. They're retro one that I already got. Now when these kicks was coming out, they were cool. For its time, hit and miss or whatever. Like the white cement fours did look like it had like a more stiff leather, but before the white cement fours came out, you still had Jordans that came out like this. Some people diss this shoe as far as quality, but some of the people, yes, those people still do exist. Even back then when the shoe was 150, people that couldn't get the shoe would shit on it. I'm not about to shit on the white cement 4 with the Nike Air on the back because I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is stupid. I don't care. Thumbs down if you want. Fuck you. Anyway, this was beautifully executed if you ask me, and it just kind of caught people off guard because this one they really start implementing the icy blue sole in 2011. Now of course looking at it you never think that. You thought it was just like the regular retro from like 07 or 05 or something like that when the retro came out like this. They said that one is better quality, whatever. But it just looked like the nubuck on there was like made of like, it's more like Durabuck, more, I don't want to say paper-like, but it's more rougher. This one is basically more long hair. People was actually getting into arguments and debates and saying like, oh yeah, this is this is suede. It can't be nubuck, but it's just long hair nubuck. Now as far as this retro and coming back out, that's just one of the things. Like when you start getting OG colorway J's, eventually they're gonna come back out because it's the original colorway. So I guess if I was to like probably get like a Toro 4 or something like that, I probably wouldn't be caring too much because they rarely retro non-OG colorways. But like another non-OG colorway they retro that I picked up on was the Olympic 6, but they changed it slightly. Now they're gonna probably slightly change this. But one of the main things being the major thing is the Nike Air on the back. Of course, yeah, y'all heard me say this a billion times before. I might retire my Metallic 5 by the time Mia Summer come. because number one, I don't want to see everybody. I don't want to be wearing what everybody else is wearing. As far as it taking away from the uniqueness of this shoe, from a collector standpoint, and what I mean by collector, I ain't saying just sit there and watch it in the box all day. I'm talking about like wearing it and everything, and and actually breaking necks, turning heads. I guess I care to a certain extent, but I don't care. And you probably wondering like, this is stupid. If you like the shoe, you like the shoe, regardless if people is wearing it or whatever. But another thing too is like, if you got this shoe and actually worked on keeping it clean like I did, or many other people that got channels, or not even channels, but if you got this kick at home, and you pride yourself on keeping it clean, you didn't want to beat it or nothing. Now, granted, if you got this shoe in 2011 and you beat the hell out of it, then more power to you, of course, if you want a cleaner one, a new one or whatever. But this one is almost still basically in pristine condition. It's just this sole is doing what it do over time, which is get that vintage piss yellow, which is really no problem with me, even the netting right here. But one of the things that I do like coming out soon on a retro, hopefully if they're still dropping it, I think they are, it's the Nike Air on that joint. I think, that's fly. That's going to be one of the changing, the differences between it. I don't know if Nike Air was on the bottom of the OG one, because on this one it's just Jordan. But I don't know if the OG one got Jordan or if that one coming with Jordan, whatever. But enough of the Metallic 5, because I basically, almost every time I wear that shoe, I always mention me retiring that shoe. But let's go back a little bit further. With something like this, I heard the True Blue 3s was dropping Black Friday according to other sources, but if that's true, which might be true, is really definitely another slap in the face. They put the big Nike Air on the back and stuff like that, and this is another one. This one came from 2011, same year as the Metallic 5, and man, it's just crazy how like the leather on this one isn't really bad. It's just tumbled leather all up here at the top, but then you got more of a flat synthetic leather on the side panel right here. It kind of, at first, when I was a younger, a few years ago, back when I was even just picking up these shoes, some guys that already had these shoes would be up in arms. But now, I see why they up in arms in a way. Back then, I was more so like, why you hating? Let me just get my kick or whatever. I don't got the kick. I can at least care less if because they'll try to hold on to these and sell it for a lot of money and all that. Because once these retro, the price for the previous ones gonna go down slightly, especially if it's not in better quality than the ones coming out, than that retro coming out that year. So I can definitely see the price on these going down a little bit. Now, these ain't dogged out quality. These are better. The quality on here is better than the Fire Red 3s to me. The tumbled leather on here definitely takes the cake. Makes it seem a little bit more luxe. All 3s is on that luxe side. But this joint dropping, man, I couldn't believe it. Wow, it's a bunch of... And they say it's supposed to be a Black Friday release. As far as my thoughts on it, if they doing that Toad 220 thing, you can kind of write me off about these. I'm cool with these. I'm not greedy. These smooth to me already. Let me stop saying but these are smooth to me already. I used to be up in arms about it, like, let me get mines or whatever. Now that I'm on the other side of the fence, I'm not really a hater. I really wouldn't too much mind other younger kids or whatever, or sneaker guys or whatever that's just getting into the game to get these or whatever, because for the most part in the past year or two, you look at like other guys' sneaker collections, it's just a bunch of ones, the Toro 4s, now it might be the white cement 4s, maybe here 7s, maybe the 6s, depends on when they got in, but it's not really nothing else too much after that. And then now probably the Aqua 8s or the Chrome 8s, but it's not nothing like the, these, the Playoff 8s, and that was just a few years before that. Not even the Metallic 5s, not even the Bread 4s, and I know this would be a hot fucking seller. You thought that white cement 4 sold out? This joint would really sell out. You put that Nike Air on the back of this joint, crazy. And you know, this is another shoe I could see them retroing and putting that remaster treatment on, and it's like, man, they did good on this one. This is the 2012 one. This is from the year of the 4, the 23rd anniversary, when the White Cement 4 came out, Military Blue 4 came out, and I think the Toro Bravo came out around that time in that year. And for them to come out with this joint, man, it'd be crazy. And I think it'll fly off shelves, of course, you know, Bred 4. But it's just like, it's not that I want to be selfish and not have nobody else be cool or whatever like that or whatever. You know, to each his own. But it just kind of take away from that uniqueness of the shoe. You know, if you spent time collecting and keeping your stuff together, I mean, hey, maybe in a few years you might be saying the same thing in your head that I'm saying. You know, man, they retroed that shoe just like a few years ago. Same thing. People with the Bordeaux 7 probably thought they had a very unique shoe. You know, the shoe didn't retro in over 20 years. Then all of a sudden, bam, they hit you with an OG colorway of the Bordeaux 7. So how did the original owners feel? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking maybe they feel kind of played, but on the back end, you know, at least it came out more true to the OG. Now most of the retro starting to come out true to the OG, even though the price has increased. My thoughts on that is, you know, it depends, hit or miss. Depends on what you want to afford, or you know, and what's enough and what's not, or if you even need another pair. But I don't want to keep y'all too much longer here. I hope all that makes sense. So just to recap and round all that up, now they gonna put them back out. I guess I can kind of expect that as far as the shoes go, OG colorways. But the downside is everybody gonna have it, then they gonna beat it, and blah blah blah. Teach its own. It's their own shoe. But that mean I gotta put this away a little bit more longer. So in the process, this age even more than that retro and all that stuff. I don't too much like to wear what everybody else is wearing. You know what I'm saying? I like to let it get old. People forget about it. People beat it, and you can just break it out and break necks. So I guess it is what it is. I guess all the way up till Black Friday, I will be wearing these joints and retire them after Black Friday if these do release this year. One of the things, see, now I'm back on the customer side of it, as far as like not having a shoe, like the Space Jam 11s, I definitely like to get those. But to the guys that probably got those in like 09, they probably like, oh, stuff, they bought the retro to Space Jam 11s. Yeah, I might need a new pair, but that means everybody and their mom gonna be wearing the Space Jam 11s. You get what I'm saying? It's not necessarily be selfish, but I guess it is what it is. You know, time passed, people forget things, and then, you know, in this fast society, people forget things real quick. So, I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. Rate, comment, and subscribe. This is Nail Goodfella Nail. You know, chime in the comments your thoughts. You know, you might be on the other side of the fence like, hey, F all that. I want me a pair of True Blue 3s for 2016, especially if they're gonna put the Nike Air in the back. You might be on the other side of the fence like me. You know, why retro these? You know, at least the only good thing is now that they're retroing them, they could do it right. They're doing it right. But you know, why even retro them? You know, I done put in the time. You know, I kept it classic, kept it clean. You know, I can still turn heads with these joints. Whatever. But this Nail Goodfella Nail. Peace. Follow me on Twitter @NailGoodfella.